to get right to your phone calls since this is just a 10-minute break. We've got Leilani on Norwalk on the line for Democrats, Norwalk, Connecticut. Hey, Lay.
Hi, good morning. Good evening, actually. I'm calling. I have to say that I am very, very pleased with how Hillary Clinton has handled herself. She's handled herself like the president that she will be. This is, again, as many people have pointed out, absolutely nothing but a partisan witch hunt. I mean, whether it's Mrs. Brooks or Trey Gowdy losing his cool, screaming at Elijah Cummings, and Elijah Cummings having to come to Hillary's defense with the truth, with prior testimony. I mean, it's really sad. They should spend their time focusing on trying to find someone who wants to be Speaker of the House, run their conference, to run their caucus, and to try to legitimately work together. This is a waste of taxpayer dollars. I don't recall Nancy Pelosi when she took over in 2006 beating a dead horse with what we already knew to be true. The issue here is that the Republicans have tried to shape this to politically hurt Hillary, and this is disgraceful. But Hillary has just handled herself the way that she needed to do, and I'm looking forward to seeing her on the world stage. I don't think we've had a woman handle herself and be as prepared and ready for the world stage since Margaret Thatcher.
All right.
And I'm very happy. Thank you very much.
Thanks for the call there. We will let you know, too, that we're going to be covering the Jefferson-Jackson dinner on Saturday. That's Saturday night, and expected there the Democratic presidential candidates, including Hillary Clinton. So if you do want to hear about her more on the national stage, definitely join us then. That's Saturday, 9 p.m. Eastern. We'll take you to Iowa Live for that. But for now, taking your phone calls, got a caller on the Republican line. Gary's joining us from Wixom, Mississippi. Oh, Michigan. Sorry, Gary.
That's okay. Yes, as a U.S. veteran, I'm very proud of the way the Republicans are trying to get to the truth behind this whole Benghazi situation and everything that happened. It's obvious it should be obvious to every American out there that, I mean, the lady is sitting there lying and not telling the truth. I mean, and the Democrats are sitting there like they're auditioning for in case she gets to be president, vice president, and as a member of her cabinet. I mean, I thought this whole thing was to get to the truth, and they're auditioning to see who, because if they're going to be working with her in 2 years.
And Gary, have you been watching most of the day? Is there anything that's really come out that has impressed you or intrigued you about the testimony you've heard?
Yes, what Trey Gowdy was getting to is, I mean, the whole situation is she never responded. I mean, and then sitting there lying or not coming forward when she knows she didn't tell the truth about the video and she knew it was a terrorist attack. When you tell your family that it's a terrorist attack, then turn around and tell the American people that you have to answer to that, it's because of the video. Something just isn't right. And, I mean, I just wish they'd get to the bottom of it and,
all right,
end the...
Thanks for the call there. Want to get a couple more callers in. Again, they're in a 10-minute break in the Benghazi Special Committee hearing. And so we just want to get some of your phone calls. Let's go to Vincent, waiting patiently on the line. Safety Harbor, Florida, Independent.
Oh, thank you for taking my call. Again, I'm going to focus on the video. Apparently, Representative Schiff and other members of the committee, including Hillary Clinton, have a very short memory. As I recall, 2 weeks after the Benghazi attack, both the president and Hillary Clinton were on the air touting that the attack was caused by a video. They incarcerated the producer of that video. I don't know if he's still in jail or not. And what happened to our free speech in America?
All right, there, Vincent in Florida. Get a couple more calls here while the Benghazi committee is in a 10-minute break. Charles calling from Baltimore, Maryland, Democrat. Hi, Charles.
How you doing? I'm glad I turned in the C-SPAN today. I'm particularly shocked at the Republicans, the chairman and this last Republican that spoke. First of all, the chairman seems to be sneaky. I'm proud of Elijah Cummings for pointing out that he wouldn't, the chairman wouldn't release the whole memos that he wanted him to, and I'm shocked that they used a 17-year-old report to try to bring down Hillary. If you notice, both the chairman and this last congressman that were trying to grill Hillary kept interrupting her with senseless points. She had come forth with the truth as she knew it. They seemed not to understand that when the situation went down, it was a fluid situation, and information was incomplete and changing daily. They were quoting one day's information on the third day and using it as a point to try to make the secretary look bad. But all she was going by was what the intelligence committee was giving her, or intelligence professionals were giving her. Anytime the CIA came back and changed their report or their assessment, it shows you that things were just, they weren't all understandable at the time they went down. And there's another thing I've noticed about the chairman. He's sweating a whole lot. He seems to be the one that's being questioned. I don't understand that.
All right, let's get a call in here from Washington State. Linda's on the line from, is it Kalama?
Yes.
All right, and Republican. Go ahead, Linda.
Hi. You know what? The former guy talked about how disgusted he was with Republicans, or with the Republicans. I'm so disgusted with the Democrats up there. And Hillary should win an award for Best Actress. I mean, when she gets into the sad parts, and you know, I've seen her talk so many times. I can't stand even watch her on TV anymore. But the point is that you can see that she's lying. First off, when Trey Gowdy was questioning her about unsolicited emails from Sydney, she's going, "Oh, they were unsolicited. I didn't have anything to do with them." And then he nails her with, you know, "You respond to these, keep them coming, doing a great job, yada yada." And he's like, "Well, when it started out, it was unsolicited." She didn't state that when it started out it was unsolicited. She just flat out said they were all unsolicited, which was a lie. It was a total lie. And I think you just have to be really careful of watching this and detecting the lies, because you can see them blatantly throughout the show. I've been watching it all morning. I just feel that, you know what, I don't care if you're Republican, Democrat, whatever. All you want is the truth, and they've had to do nothing. The Republicans had to do everything to pull all this information together. No other boards did that. No other committees did that. This committee did, because of Trey Gowdy. He wants the truth for the American people, and the State Department has just dragged their feet. Hillary's dragged her feet. You know, just everything. And then the Democrats up there are talking today about how much it's cost in 17 months. Well, that's not because of the Republicans. It's because the Democratic side has been dragging their feet and not being forthright. So that's my opinion.
All right, there's Linda in Washington State. I want to let you know that while we're taking your phone calls, you're looking inside the committee room as some of the lawmakers and the other audience members are waiting for things to resume. We were told they were going to take about a 10-minute break, so we should be getting back to the hearing momentarily. In the meantime, though, taking your phone calls, getting your take on what happened today in this several hours long hearing. Started at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Another caller from Washington State, this time Democrats line. Paul's on the line from Issaquah.
Yes, thank you very much for your time. You know, I truly enjoy your channel because it gives a voice to the American people. You know, my uncle is the first elected black senator in the history of Belgium and Europe. I've watched these political debates. I've watched everything happening, and what I want to tell the American people, we are brothers and sisters under one flag. We all have faults. We all have things we don't do correctly. But we are perfect as a union. We have to accept each other for what we can and cannot do most of the time. Hillary Clinton is she's a political machine. She knows what she's doing. She's not going to come out there and give anyone anything new that's going to make the Republicans win. So we are being distracted, and we are spending money we should not be spending. Today I call from the Democrat line because I'm disappointed in my party, the Republican Party. We have to get it together. The only persons who
Paul,
are winning...
your party is the Republican Party?
Yes. And what matters most is that I'm changing my mind.
Okay.
Until today, I never really felt like supporting Hillary Clinton. She has been a strong woman of character, of integrity, at least inside of her message, whatever that may be, whether it's right or wrong, does not matter. She is winning right now. And Trey Gowdy, as good as people think he is and as good as people think he's running his political campaign, he's sweating the most of anybody today.
Well, let me just bring up this article here. It's from USA Today, and it's kind of talking about what you were talking about there. The first take that Benghazi hearing chaos could actually help Hillary Clinton. Taking a look a little bit further down here, Hillary Clinton's testimony before a special House Benghazi committee offered fodder for partisans in both parties, but lacked the one thing those hoping to damage her White House prospects are looking for, a smoking gun. Democrats and Republicans jousted from the start over whether the probe's an independent fact-finding mission or an effort to smear Clinton as she campaigns for the Democratic presidential nomination. Clinton largely left to her Democratic allies on the panel the work of trying to discredit the committee's work as political. Taking your phone calls, want to hear what you think while they're in a break in the Benghazi committee room. David's on the line, Glendale, Arizona, Republican. Welcome, David.
Hi, I'd like to know why there is not a white caucus in Congress. And also, I've watched the Clintons.
Did you say right caucus?
A white.
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 Okay.
We have a black caucus. We have a Mexican caucus. We don't have a white caucus. I'd like to know why. And also, I've watched the Clintons since they first got into politics, and they've never told the truth. It's been a constant lie, and I think most people are aware of it. And I commend Gowdy for the job he's done today, and I think that Hillary showed her true colors. Thank you very much.
Sure, David there from Arizona. Want to remind you, too, if you want to tune in, we've got a number of ways for you to watch. You can watch us right here on C-SPAN 3 and also listen in on C-SPAN Radio. And also online, we've got a number of ways you can watch, one that has a dual stream. You can go to our live stream at cspan.org and then also use our app. You can find that online as well. Going to Huntington Beach, is it California? Ron on the line for Independents and Others.
Thank you for taking my call.
You bet.
I'm a true historical independent. You can see that these people on camera are genuine enemies of each other, enemies. This is the natural progression of party-based government, polarization. I'll let one of the founders describe what we're seeing today. In his farewell address, George Washington warned us the following about political parties. He said, "Let me now take a more comprehensive view and warn you in the most solemn manner against the baneful effects of the spirit of party generally. However combinations or associations may now and then answer popular ends, they are likely in the course of time and things to become potent engines by which cunning, ambitious, and unprincipled men will be enabled to subvert the power of the people and to usurp for themselves the reins of government, destroying afterwards the very engines which lifted them up to unjust dominion. The alternate domination of one faction over another, sharpened by the spirit of revenge, naturally lead to party dissension, which in different ages and countries has perpetrated the most horrid enormities. The common and continual mischiefs of the spirit of party are sufficient to make it the interest and duty of a wise people to discourage and restrain it."
Now, Ron, what does this mean to you in terms of this committee and what you've been seeing today?
Well, what I was going to say, I wrote all this down so I could say it quickly.
Oh, gotcha.
This is a long.
That's okay.
But unlike what your high school civics teacher tells you, or what college political science professors tell you, or what the media will tell you, or certainly any partisan politician will tell you, is the founders did not belong to political parties. In fact, they warned us that a two-party system would lead to the garbage we're seeing today.
Gotcha, Ron. And just want to let you know, we do have the ranking member back in the room, so we are just going to be waiting and watching, seeing when they restart the hearing, the Benghazi Select Committee, and more testimony from Hillary Clinton as well. Let's get a call in here, though, from Buffalo, New York. Carol's on the line, Democrat.
Hi, I'm so glad you took my call here, and it makes me so disturbing that I'm listening to what they're trying to do to Hillary, how they're saying that she's lying, she's trying to tell the truth, and there's so much blown it out of proportion that they're not listening what she's trying to say. It's like when 9/11 happened, and Bush knew this was happening by a report that came out, in fact, in August, that he knew about what was going to come to us, and he did nothing. And so all these lives that have died for 9/11, are we going after Bush and Cheney and saying you should be liable for all this, and maybe push a committee to find out what the truth really happened there? And we're in our Iraq war that we shouldn't have been in. And for what President Obama, I'm surprised they haven't even attacked him really on this. But they're going so much after Hillary because they don't want to see a woman there. They don't want to see a Democrat. I'm so sick of Republicans who try to say Democrats are always so wrong, but they still look in the mirror and look at themselves. And I really believe.
Thanks for the call, Carol. Independent line, John's calling, Round Rock, Texas.
Thank you for taking my call.
You bet.
I'm just wondering why we are looking into so much on the Benghazi scandal instead of the email scandal. It's already confirmed that she had had classified information go through her email, which is very illegal. I'm also wondering why there's no one looking into the Bill Clinton being on Jeffrey Epstein's plane, who is a known leader of a child prostitution ring. Lastly, the questionable deaths of people who were around the Clintons. For example, a gunshot wound to the back of the head on a woman who is, you know it, Bill Clinton's mistress. Thank you for taking my call.
Well, let's take a look here on the email side of things. McClatchy, D.C. reporting, unbeknownst to Clinton, IT firm had emails stored on the cloud, now in FBI's hands. You can take a look at more of that. That's, again, McClatchy, D.C. As we take a look back now at some of Hillary Clinton's opening statements from...
I'm the leading state sponsor of terrorism.